Gray dawn spills over Seville's harbor as Captain Diego Morales approaches his weathered galleon.
Priests bless rusted cannons with holy water as anxious sailors clutch rosaries and daggers, whispering about El Dorado's cursed gold.
In a smoky tavern, a dying Portuguese pilot slides Diego a crude, jungle-stained map, his hands shaking with fever and memory.
The pilot rasps of a serpent river beyond all known charts, its head biting thunderous mountains, his fear ignored by ambitious Diego.
Weeks later, La Esperanza cuts across the Atlantic, sails swollen and hull groaning, following twitching compasses and uncertain stars.
Storms pummel the ship, lightning clawing the sky, yet Diego smiles for the chaos, seeing omens of destiny instead of warnings.
At last, thick green coastline appears like a wall of trees and steam, strange shrieks drifting over brown, sluggish water. Canoes appear like shadows, paddles barely rippling the water, dark eyes watching silently from painted masks as the Spaniards grip their muskets.
On a shallow sandbar, they trade glass beads and mirrors for fruit. Bright feathers.
The pendant shows a jaguar's face ringed by sun rays, tiny engraved lines curling into the shape of a labyrinthine river. That night, by torchlight, Diego studies the map and the jaguar pendant together, eyes tracing every line in the gold.
The jaguar guards the serpent, tracing paths inland.
They drag the galleon's longboats upriver, oars scraping murky water thick with drifting leaves, floating logs, and silent caimans. They drag the galleon's longboats upriver, oars scraping murky water thick with drifting leaves, floating logs, and silent caimans.
At a narrow bend! Narrow bend!
Diego orders a retreat to the bank. There they find a single wounded warrior, painted in jaguar spots, clutching a broken spear. Through a frightened interpreter, Diego promises mercy and gifts. The warrior, called Iru, demands they turn back before the jungle wakes. When Diego shows the pendant, Iru's eyes widen in terror. He bows his head, murmuring a prayer to an unseen guardian.
The Sun Jaguar devours the greedy. The river is his body. The gold is his bait. Diego hears only confirmation. He commands Iru to lead them to this jaguar king, promising they will share his gold with their emperor.
Bound by threat and curiosity, Iru guides them up the river, pointing out hidden sandbanks and whirlpools that could swallow the boats upriver. Whole.
Diego laughs shakily and orders them to fill helmets and chests. The Sun Jaguar chose us, he says. Take everything! Diego orders Iru restrained.
Days blur into a feverish dream of paddling, cutting vines and swatting insects, while eerie flutes drift from invisible villages.
They pass stone pillars half swallowed by roots, carved with spirals and jaguars whose
superstitious sailors reach for the jaguar's golden eyes, but Iru screams, insisting the pillars are the teeth of the sleeping river.
Fear spreads like mold. Men whisper about curses. Diego blames hostile tribes, yet even
further inland, the river narrows and forks. Iru chooses a hidden channel veiled by overhanging roots, its water dark as ink.
Few return from here, Iru says softly.
Then the river opens into a wide, mist-shrouded basin, the jungle falling back, as if afraid of whatever waits beyond the fog.
At the far edge of the basin rises a vast terrace of stone pyramids. Their steps
golden panels catch the light, and terraces drip with metal ornaments. Staircases are lined with They beach the boats at a stone landing. Each step on the polished staircase echoes, the birds falling silent as they climb.
Huge doors carved with coiled serpents stand ajar. Beyond them stretches a hall of columns.
Worn murals show jaguar-headed warriors rising from rivers of molten metal, lifting golden hearts toward a blaze. At the hall's center sits a wide stone basin, not brimming with water, but heaped with gold dust piled as deep as beat. Above the basin stands an idol, jaguar body with human hands, crowned by a sun disk.
Diego steps forward, trembling, letting his hand sink into the glittering.
Plunge into the basin. Gold! Diego orders Iru restrained. For a moment, the hall falls silent.
The dust begins to slide, grain by grade, dragging every loose coin and boot heel to hairline cracks snake across the floor, widening into channels. Gold pours into them like molten veins, racing.
The hall erupts. Men slip on flowing dust, slam into columns, and scramble for spilled helmets.
We must leave! The mountain is angry!
He says we must go now, Diego. The earth is shaking.
I will not leave without the gold. This is ours!
When he tries to step back out, the gold does not let go. In that instant, Iru understands. Where gold flowed, water follows.
Iru rips free of his captors and races for the doors, shouting for the others to run. Behind them, the hall fills with the river they stole from.
They skid down the flooded staircase, the landing already half drowned. Boats slam against
The calm basin becomes a spinning throat. Water from 100 hidden channels pours inward, dragging boats and broken pillars into its dark center.
Remembering every hit and sandbang bang and current, Iru barks orders. At last, the current spits them out through a choking gap in the cliffs. They burst back into the main river,